Alright boys and girls, today I will be talking about 5 reasons why you don't see progress when it comes to training in the gym and what you can do in order to fix these things. Number 1, the number of sets that you're doing when it comes to an exercise. Your muscles do not need that many sets in order to get the effective dose that they need. 1 to 2 hard sets will be enough for a specific exercise in order to effectively train the muscles that you want with that exercise. You do not need 3 to 4 sets to get the job done. In fact, you shouldn't even be able to do a third or a fourth set have you trained hard in the first 1 or 2 sets when it comes to that exercise. So make sure that you are keeping the volume in check and you're not doing too much that it causes you to overtrain or slow down your recovery so that you're not ready to train after a few days the same muscle again. And additionally, make it harder for you when it comes to keeping records about 3 to 4 sets every exercise. Number 2, frequency. How often do you perform these exercises? When it comes to the frequency, most people will say that you need to train a muscle group twice a week and in some occasions 3 times a week. This is okay as long as you recover from the previous session, because if you're not well recovered, then you are shooting yourself in the foot. I do believe that a better way for you to look at this is that I will train that muscle group as soon as I'm recovered from the previous session, because in that way you will make sure that you are well recovered, you will avoid overtraining, and you will also make sure that your progress is not stalling because of the frequency. However, everybody's recovery rates are different, so you have to play with it a little bit and find out what works for you. Maybe you're good to go after 3 days, maybe you're good to go after 4 days, after 5 days, in some occasions, because there are also outliers, maybe after 6 days. So you have to play with it and figure it out for yourself. Number 3, how many exercises are you doing for a specific muscle group, and does that muscle group need that many exercises? Let's take for example the quadriceps. You have a type of squat or some kind of leg press, and you also have a leg extension in the same session, which makes it 2 exercises in total for the quadriceps. Assuming that you train hard on those 2 exercises, your quadriceps should be feeling like toast. You shouldn't be able to perform another exercise for the same muscle group in the same session if you do this right. So if you do these 2 exercises and then you proceed to do a Bulgarian split squat, a CC squat, and another type of squat, do you really need that? I doubt it. So you have to be mindful of how many exercises do you do, and if that amount of exercises is beneficial for you or it's just basically leading you to overtraining and overdosing your muscles for that specific matter. Now we can use an analogy here, which I know it's not the same thing, but you know that when you take a pill in order to make the headache go away, the recommended dose is about 1 to 2 every 4 to 8 hours or so. Now you can take the whole package if you like, but I don't think this will be a great idea for you. So you just take 1 to 2 pills, and then after 4 hours, let's say, you take another 1 to 2 pills. You can treat exercising in the gym the same way. You get in, you give the effective dose to your muscles, you get out, you come after a few days, repeat. And that's it. Number 4, the exercise technique. Is your technique the same every time you perform an exercise? Are you ruining your technique every time you perform an exercise during those difficult repetitions? Are you changing the way you perform an exercise every time you are doing the exercise? All these things, you have to keep them consistent. Go in the gym, perform the exercise the same way, go to failure in the same way, and keep that consistent to ensure that you are keeping accurate records of your progress. Number 5, the exercise order. If you keep shuffling every time you perform an exercise, and the next time you perform it first, the other time you perform it third, you are actually making it harder for yourself to understand if you are indeed making progress, because if you put it third the next session, you already build some kind of fatigue when it comes to your body, and if you perform exercises which have an involvement with the muscles that you're going to train on the third exercise that you're trying to see the progress, then you're not going to be sure of the progress in that way, and if you're stalling because you changed the exercise order. So try to keep the order the same. It's like an experiment, guys. You're going to see if with that specific order that you keep repeating again and again, your progress is reliable. So if you're thinking that you hit a plateau in the gym, be mindful of these things. Try to fix them one by one if you're doing them already. I hope this helps, and I will see you in the next one.